was quickly watering Grace. Let's see the comment. I suck at burpees. I try and I try, but I just don't get them right. You know what? I used to struggle, but now I actually love them. It's just that my space and my height, I think it was just losing control. So I just wasn't 100% comfortable. I know you're probably thinking, but Tabi, why don't you wear proper tights that won't disturb you? You know what? I just happened to find this tight and then I just grabbed it and I was like, the top will cover, but it's actually disappointing me. It's a little bit short, but it's all good. It's all good. I think the more practice you do, you'll actually get better eventually. And another thing, the reason why we are so hard on ourselves sometimes is because you probably were told by a personal trainer or you've seen someone doing burpees and you feel like they can actually do 50 within a few minutes. So I really have to do it as well. So just start small. Even if you start just doing 10, it will really be helpful. I think I need to breathe. There's something about breathing that helps you to just come back to center. If you meditate, you would know what I'm talking about. If you do meditation, you'll probably know what I'm talking about. Anyway, so what inspired this morning was really to say that nothing is stopping you from changing your life. And change, guys, let me do something. The sun is burning my leather chair because that's where I have my camera. I mean, that's where I have my laptop placed, and yeah, I don't want it to burn myself. So one of the things that inspired this is to say that you can really change things around. You can really find a better perspective of life, and nothing is difficult for you, and you don't really need to start big. It's okay to start small. It's okay to say, there's this fly flying around. It's okay to start and say that, you know what, even if I start with a 10-minute workout, it's still okay. It is something. My heart was able to pump up. So it means that I've done something. The fact that you killed a little bit of sweat, it means that you have done something. And the more you build a habit around that, the more you will get used to it and do it. And I'm not talking to you as someone who is like a super consistent fitness buddy or fitness bunny. No, I'm not. Would I want that? Yes, I would. Can I do that? Yes, I can. I've done it not once, not twice, many times. Because something about me, when I set my mind into doing something, I go all in, honey. I go all in and nothing really stops me. So the whole objective of this video was to really just show you that you can just get up and make a decision and change your mind. Just like that, change your mind and really apply something in your life. And we make it seem difficult to just change your mindset. And the truth is, you just have to change your mind. Like, you have to change your way of thinking. And if you noticed when I played that clip, I think I'm going to play it again so that if you didn't pick it up, I want you to see it. I'm going to play it again and talk to you about it. So you saw that, right? So the point, there's one point there, which is just take one step at a time. And taking one step at a time, it means really you are changing how you think. And it also goes to the second point, which was change your self-talk. How do you talk to yourself? How do you communicate with yourself? How do you make decisions? How do you really change how you do things? So that is another point. Let me greet. Hey, Girl to Mom Live. Thank you for joining. How's work going? I know that you and I, when we were texting, you were working, and I was actually working as well at the time. Hope you're good. Beautiful video. I love it. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Change your self-talk is very important. Precisely, what I'm actually emphasizing right now is exactly what I was saying, to say that how do you talk to yourself? How do you communicate with yourself? How do you tell yourself the positive things? And how do you put yourself accountable for everything that you say? Because often we really like saying stuff, but we don't really practice them. We often really say stuff, but we don't apply them in our lives. And I don't know. I honestly don't know why we do that. Is it because we somehow want people to know what our thoughts are? I don't know why. Why do you even say it if you're not even doing it? I think that is my biggest problem. But I just don't understand. I think only the people that do that can explain, right? And I would like to believe that some of us has probably went through that, went through a point where you were really doing too much of talking, but less of acting. And I think we all have a share of that pie where we really kept on saying stuff. I'm going to do this. I want to do this. I want to do that. Talk, 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 but less action. When are you going to act? When are you going to put a bit of action? Because that is really what's important. That's really what's relevant. Because if you're going to talk and not act, then it's as good as you doing nothing. And the action is really more important. And it's great that you are talking about it. You are thinking, you thought about it, you talked about it. Now, talking about it should lead you to really acting. If you're not acting, then I think you have to do that self-introspection to say, but how do I now change things around? How do I look at different ways of doing this? How do I make it better and really change the structure or how I used to do things? Because the truth about everything, be it in life, be it in your career, be it in your business, be it in friendship, it can just be anything, family, anything. If there are things that you've been doing and they were not working right, you probably have, an idea of what could have, influenced that. And you look into that, you start evaluating and saying, okay, I think I need to eliminate how I used to do this, like do 1, 2, 3. Or if you feel like I really needed to get a little bit of advice on this because I've been trying so many methods, but it seems like I'm not getting there. So try to find help if you can. And I know, please ignore the plane is passing. Excuse the sound. So you see, if there's too much sound around me, I lose my train of thought. So really my point is, if you can, I know that I've emphasized also that sometimes the only help you need is the help you can give yourself. I get that, but also understand that you can also get help where you need, and where things are not going right. You can really get help from somewhere. I hope you can see me, or should I pull my cap up? I look a little bit ugly because sis was just working out right now, I've never seen someone who works out and looks pretty. Unless you go to the gym wearing makeup. And I don't get why people go to the gym wearing makeup. Anyway, it's influencers maybe. I don't know. I'm an influencers as well, but maybe fitness influences. I digress. Guilty Mom says, we want the accolade, but we aren't ready to do the work. That's the thing. Honestly, that's the thing. And I really have a problem with that, because if you're really not going to put in the work, but keep talking, then it's a problem. And I am not just talking about someone else. The dogs now. I'm really making an example, like in terms of all of us. Like, really, we really need to change how we do things and change our mindset and really practice what we preach. I know that this is a line that is, maybe what it's overrated, maybe, or it's overused. I don't know. Call it that. But the truth is, it still works and it's still relevant, because if you don't practice what you preach, then why are you preaching? Why are you preaching, preacher? Why are you preaching? Just keep quiet and just, gather your thoughts and then don't talk about it. Or when you have a conversation with yourself and God. And God will probably show you the way and help you out, So, yeah, that's my point right there. There is also a limit we can help with ourselves. Okay, that is true. That's a good point, because truth is, even if you can help yourself, there are things that are beyond your control. So I appreciate that, and that is true. I think we can look into that. I'm gonna turn on the dog app because I can't. This dog is begging. It's too much. I have a dog app. Telling you, I have a dog app. This whistle is gonna make it stop. So I'm gonna do that. Anyway, this video is gonna be the shortest. I'm not gonna go on for a very long time. Let's jump into the next point. Create new habits that support your change of mindset. So the truth is, you can't really change your mindset and still build on the same habits. You can't do that. There has to be a change that happens. There has to be, some kind of change, some kind of twist, because you can't build a new mindset on the same habits. No, you can't do that. So build that. I mean, for example, if you feel like you want to have a better lifestyle, better healthy lifestyle, the habits that you're going to have to build is to consider, making time to really work out, making time to eat, not making time, but making sure that you have a good balanced diet, food that will kind of nourish you, food that will help you and give you more energy, even your thoughts, for you to think right, for you to just have a healthy, fresh mind. You really need to do that. And resting is also one of those, because we often think that you have to exercise, you have to go to gym and all of that, but we don't really point out the fact that you also need to rest. I mean, you can do everything in this world. You can just be the best in business. You can be the best in going to gym, waking up at 5 and going back again at 5 p.m. Listen, you can do all of that, but if you're not gonna rest and rest your mind, rest your body, then that is really going to be a problem. So my advice is that please make sure that you really work on fixing the way you do things and having a good balance. The other day, and I think I shared it on one of our videos, one of our morning glory videos, to say that TD Jakes was saying that there's a lot of people that really sleep but they don't rest, meaning you go to sleep, you spend the 8 hours sleeping, which is what's titled to be a good way of resting or a good way of getting enough sleep, sleeping for 8 hours. But the question is, are you resting or are you just sleeping for 8 hours? Because you can be in bed for 8 hours, but you probably slept for 3 hours, because all this time you've been having so many things in your mind and you were not really resting. So resting is also important, because for your mind to function, for you to really be productive and push on your business, push on your brand, push on whatever that you're doing to get that coin, of course, which of course the coin is very important. I can't leave out the coin. So if you're not going to rest and really be recharged and rejuvenated, you're really not going to have a good balance. So look into that as well. All right. Oh, I didn't see this comment. So you're still working. That's super awesome. That's super awesome. Um, Good morning, Pindi, 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 Pindi. Hey, Pindi, 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 Pindi. Good morning, sis. Thank you for joining. So what is the next point? The next point is jump out of your comfort zone. Now, how do you jump out of your comfort zone? I mean, guys, honestly, telling yourself that I can't do this. I really don't like running. I really don't like, doing jump squats. I don't really like this. I can't. Stop saying I can't. Stop saying I don't like what. I don't want like what. If something that you don't like is good for you, then do it. If something that you don't like, but it's good for you, then do it. I'll make a typical example. In high school or in school, even in tertiary, there's probably one lecture or one teacher that you hated, or maybe not hated, but they were not your favorite. And you knew that there's nothing that you can do. You really need to just be there and concentrate and make sure that you do the best that you can so that you can pass that module, pass that subject, so that you can move to the next class and never ever have to worry about that teacher. So I'm making an example like that because there are certain things that you say, I really can't do this, I don't want to do that, but you know very well that that's something is very good for you. And you guys know very well that I love Mpumi. She's my, she's my fave. She's my fave. Normally when we engage, you like, hey, my fave, hey, sis, so something that she normally says is that, start with the hardest, whatever that you need to do, a routine that you've built in a day, start with the hardest. And normally, exercising happens to be the hardest. And the funny thing about exercising is that after you've done exercising, it's like right about that, you like, but I was able to wake up and I was gone and I'm so fulfilled. I was able to do my 5K run, or I was able to do my cardio, something like that. It's like you get so fulfilled after that, and you are not even worried anymore. You're like, why was I procrastinating? Why was I struggling to even get out of bed? You get my point. So honestly, start with something that will really help you to kickstart your day, and that will not mess up your day. And I remember this guy called Tolu. So Tolu he's an athlete. I think we've done a lot of marathons together. So Tolu normally says that, what did he say? So what he would say is that get up and go run before your mind, before your mind can wake up. Something like that. I don't know the analogy of that, but he's somehow saying the first thing that you can do when you wake up, just wake up, get into your running gear, and then get out before your mind changes or something like that. So it's one of those things that obviously our minds get to control how our day goes. That is the reality of it. Our minds, and unless of course someone decides to call you right about then to say, you know what, I need 1, 2, 3 right about that time, that's when things can change. But if it's you, and you know for a fact that this is what I thought, I thought about yesterday to say I'm going to get up at 5 and go for a run. If you decide at 5, you're like, let me sleep another 30 minutes, I'll wake up at 5:30. 5:30, you're like, yo, you know what, I think it's a little bit late. Let me go in the afternoon. In the afternoon, you're like, oh, I've got so much work, I can't go anymore. That's the thing. It all starts in the mind. So the minute you really start doing something, kind of change your mindset, kind of change how things are going to happen, and don't let your mind control you. I think we often allow our mind to control us, like a lot of times, and I've seen it with myself. You've probably seen it with yourself. If you haven't, then I'm glad. Please share the secret with us so that we don't get to be in that space. So that is basically the point. Really try to challenge your mind. trying to challenge your mind. And I think if you aim to really change your mindset, you would really need to challenge your mind. Also, the other point is that I feel like what's more important also is that surround yourself with people that really support your change of mindset. Surround yourself with people that support or influence your change of mindset, because if you're surrounded by people that are negative or that are not supporting what you want to do, you changing your life. I mean, I've been making an example in terms of fitness and everything, but it can just be anything. It doesn't have to be fitness. It can just be anything. So surround yourself with people like you guys, and that's why I'm surrounding myself with you guys, because you guys are very supportive. I mean, if I share content and then you comment to give me positive views, send me a message, be positive about it, that is the kind of surrounding that I want, because it's positive. And even if maybe there is something that I'm not doing right, for you to say, hey Tabby, can you fix 1 2 3, that means that you are the kind of people that I need in my life. You are somehow even leading me to the right path. So unlike just having people that will always be negative, always not willing to adapt to change or really support your way of thinking or your way of doing things. And don't get me wrong, it's okay to understand that we all not gonna think the same. We're not all gonna really support all our ideas. Like, you might have a certain idea and I'll feel like, okay, you have an idea, but remember we once had this conversation and we said that if you're a true friend and if you're a true supporter to someone, you will support them either way and trust the process and trust that what they are making a decision on is right. Unless, of course, you see that, hey, here, what they're deciding on is really not relevant. So it can just be anything. Guys, let me hide my laptop. The sun is really hurting my laptop. All right, so yeah, that's basically that. We have a comment from Pindi. Surround yourself with the right people. Great point, sis. Yes. That is very important, sis. And I'm for that. And I believe that, we go through a lot and life doesn't need to be perfect. But the truth is, as much as life is not perfect, as much as we go through the most, you really don't want to have people that will still have a pull me down syndrome, people that will somehow be all negative in your life. You can't do that. There are certain things that you have a choice over. You can make a choice to really hang out or surround yourself with positive people, and there's no way that you're going to be with people and not know if they are great or not. If you know your mindset, if you know what you want, and if you have a clear direction of how you want to do things, how you want to change your lifestyle, you really are going to see if this person is relevant to you in your life and if they are not. That's what I think. And sometimes it's not easy to really identify those kind of people at the beginning, which is fine. You can obviously try and build a friendship, but if the friendship is not going the right direction, then it's that song again. Why don't you go your way and I'll go mine, live your life and I'll live mine, 'cause we better off separated. I'm really scaring my neighbors because I can't sing to save my life, honey. Ooh, okay, yeah. So yeah, basically that's that, guys. I think I've covered the points that I've wanted to push out. I spoke about changing your self-talk, and the other one, I think this will be the last one. Determine the mindset you need and act on it rather. Determine the mindset you need and act. So I think this is obviously one point that we could have probably started with, determining the mindset that you want. But I think it also really helps to sum it up to say, in everything that you do, even after identifying all of those points, to say you are changing your self-talk, you are changing your tone, your language, how you communicate with yourself, and how you really, go around things, you are able now to really see the need of knowing how you change your mindset, your mindset, how you choose to do things, and now you can act. And we've spoke about acting a lot this week, and I think if we are not putting in a little bit of action in what we're saying, then that is a problem. So remember that Real Talk with Ntabi YouTube channel is really mainly about to empower and transform. So we can't really talk about anything and not transform. Did you hear me say my channel name louder? Because I want my neighbors to hear that Ntabi has a YouTube channel. Real Talk with Ntabi YouTube channel, so that they can go and subscribe. Silly me, but yeah, we gotta do what we gotta do. They're probably listening to me. Maybe there's someone standing by the door and like, this girl is having some points, so they might want to go in and check it out. So yeah, anyway guys, it's gonna be a busy day for me, and I think I have to love and leave you. It's been lovely. Thank you so much for joining the Morning Glory. I love and appreciate you. And if it's your first time on my channel, my name is Ntabi, and please don't forget to subscribe and click on the notification bell so that you don't miss any of my videos. I love you always, and I'm gonna end this video by playing the video that I started with this morning, because I feel like it's relevant. It's really a reminder for us to really change our mindset and to change how we do things. And I love you, and thank you for your support. Thank you for consistently being on my platform, commenting. Listen, even if you didn't manage to join the live right when it started, the fact that you are able to come back and watch, that means so much to me. So yeah, let's grow this platform. And yeah, if you're new, please do comment, do like this video, like this video, so that YouTube can really recommend it to other people. We need more people in this platform. We really need more people to engage, and we want to hear what people have to say as well. Feedback is very important, and I for one love that. So with that said, love you always. So adios until the next video. Have yourself an amazing day.